Vale Youth Street Team is a partnership project between the Vale of Glamorgan Youth Service and Vibe Experience. Together we provide the Pulse Detached team and the V-Pod Youth Bus.
Hello and welcome to the V-Pod.
The new and exciting multimedia youth provision plus on wheels.
Brought to you by the Vale of Glamorgan Youth Street Team.
We recognise that not one agency or organisation can actually solve issues to do with young people and some of the issues that they face. And what we looked at was basically a collaboration between those two agencies.
The partnership works really well. We've got a new team on board, we've got this big new provision, and it's really working well together.
See, the Vale of Glamorgan is quite a unique area made up of urban areas and also quite a lot of rural areas as well. So the V-Pod came about to sort of like meet the needs really of young people that reside in all different areas, and some areas in the Vale of Glamorgan could be quite isolated. The population demographic changes quite a lot as well, and also we've got seasonal variations in the Vale of Glamorgan. So we've got to be able to be more flexible and be responsive to those needs and work with our partners to address some of the issues that are happening in our communities.
The Pulse team are a group of detached youth workers that work across the Vale. So detached work is where we are not based from a centre, we work on the streets with young people on their terms and their territory. So it's about providing positive activities for young people where they are in their communities. We've worked in the Vale for the last 3 years and it's been really a partnership approach. We've been working with the Safer Vale organisation. We've carried out some consultations, we've done some feasibility studies and really realised that there was a need in the Vale for provision that wasn't centre-based. So for those young people that weren't really wanting to access a centre-based provision or were unable to because there wasn't one in their local area, street-based work can really provide that sort of provision for them. So the Pulse team was born out of that research really. But over the last 3 years, young people have reacted very positively to the Pulse team. It's been a really successful project and the young people can now see how we can provide additional services as well as the detached teams through the V-Pod, and it's an exciting time for everybody. We have 4 members of the team. How we will be working together with the Vibe and the V-Pod is to be able to provide additional support while the mobile provision is out, but also to be able to promote the V-Pod in communities before the V-Pod arrives, just being able to get the word out that a new provision is coming into their area.
The good thing about the V-Pod is that it's a mobile youth centre. So we've got everything that and more maybe than a youth centre would have on board a bus that can visit young people where they live and also where the need is.
I think it's one of those things until you see it and then you see what's on board, the team that work on it and the huge range of things that can be delivered, that the scale of it kind of sinks in.
There's a lot of equipment on the bus. There's broadband satellite, so all the Apple Macs can be linked to broadband. There's software to edit films as well. PS3s, Wii's. There's a Bose sound system that plays inside the bus, and there's also a sound system that plays outside the bus, and 16 screens in total. Plus lighting. There's also music mixing equipment for when we run music workshops, film workshops, and also we can have sessions in the back room. We can use like PowerPoint display on the screens in the back room.
I think the way the bus is designed reflects young people's aspirations. It reflects now, 2010, as we move forward. And we all know that in terms of engaging young people and having something that's exciting and attractive and actually allows young people to dream about what is possible, I think the fact that we've got the equipment that we can do that with is a positive thing. The equipment on this bus is a tool. We don't see young people as consumers, we see young people as creators, and through this vehicle, this V-Pod, young people will be able to create something, learn new skills and make a difference.
Okay, so let's get this show on the road.
Well, not so fast. There's a lot of things that need to be done before the V-Pod gets on the road. Watch this.
I think some people think we can just drive out the garage and we can go to the local park, but in reality, we've got a lot of checks to make. We've got to check that the bus is safe to use, which is a sort of daily checks that anyone should make with their car or their van, but we have to make those. So they're checking the tyre pressures, the oil and all that sort of stuff, to check the brakes. Those are checked by the driver before the bus is taken out. Yeah, health and safety is a very important issue. I mean, staff have to be trained. I mean, we've had an extensive training programme. A lot of work goes on before the staff go out on site. They look at the activity, so they risk assess the activity they're going to deliver. Also, they look at the location and seeing whether it's safe. We look at the community profiling from the Pulse team. So we draw all that information together and then we make a risk assessment, and then we consider the issues and the control methods we have to put in place before we visit the site. And we work very closely with the police, the community safety team, Safer Vale Partnership, and the Pulse team to make sure that wherever the bus goes, there is a reason and there's evidence to show that there is a need where it goes.
So the V-Pod and Pulse team work together to get everything ready.
They have to do all the safety checks, load up the V-Pod and the Pulse van.
Then it's time to get on board and hit the road.
The beauty of the V-Pod is that it can go into remote places where young people don't normally get to participate in this kind of provision.
The V-Pod project isn't just for having fun though. It's a powerful tool to bring multimedia educational opportunities to where they are most needed.
V-Pod! The types of activities and events that we deliver are highly related to multimedia with an educational slant and making sure that they're interactive for young people as well. We've got a bus that's, equipped with the latest multimedia equipment, and the Pulse Detached team offer issue-based workshops, information, advice and guidance. So it means that we've got a whole package when we go out and deliver on the streets. One of the advantages of the partnership as well is that we can deliver accreditation for young people. They can build OCNs, we can do Millennium Volunteers, and it's really providing opportunities and education, past all the fun side of it as well.
Street-based youth work can provide guidance and information to young people on lots of issues such as health-related issues, perhaps alcohol and drugs awareness issues. We can also use street-based methods to provide educational opportunities for young people.
We run a number of projects on the V-Pod, all about participation and empowering young people. I've set about basically running negative to positive lyric workshops which will eventually clean up the literacy and the diction of young people. When they were coming in to work with us, their lyrics were really extremely violent, extremely damaging to other young people within their communities. Whereas we can deliver these workshops where we get young people to express themselves on paper, where they'll write poetry and songs, and then we'll formulate those into more of a song structure later on, and then they can practice these skills still on the bus. So then when the young people are empowered enough and feel confident and their self-esteem levels have been raised, they feel confident to walk into a studio environment or even on a stage and then perform in a clear manner everyone can enjoy. We run film projects within communities. We engage with groups of young people. We'll give them cameras, all the equipment they require. We will set them various tasks within their community to film. They will go and film them, edit them, they'll do voiceovers, even supply the music, and we can do all of that off the V-Pod. There's a massive potential for career development, especially with a vehicle like this, because it's focused on multimedia.
V-Pod! 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 V-Pod!
And even though the project is only just beginning, young people are already working together with V-Pod and Pulse to highlight key issues and help their communities.
So let's take a look at one group of young people in my community who are already taking action in brightening up our estate and improving community cohesion.
We're running a community project at the moment called Community Respect, where we drive the vehicle into the heart of a chosen community. We engage then with the teenagers, but not only that, we engage with the juniors and also the elders within the community. The project is a combination of two. It's an art-based project that we'll be painting a mural on a wall, and now obviously a multimedia project where we'll be creating like a documentary style film of the whole proceedings. So there's a whole element of research, learning, obviously interviewing local people, as well as then researching all the art and also a lot of historic moments to do with the local community as well. The way that we conduct these workshops is all about fun and participation, and without the young people realising they have achieved so much.
So you see what an amazing project this is, so many possibilities.
A real chance for young people in the Vale of Glamorgan to have their say on their community in a creative and positive way.
I think in terms of what the young person will gain from this partnership and relationship between the Vale Glamorgan Council and also the VPod and the Vibe, is that we'll be able to engage young people in their communities, involving them in events, activities, helping to create new provision, young people being able to identify gaps in local provision, being able to identify problems and issues in their neighbourhoods. We can bring those issues through the VPod using video and the interactive workshops that take place here, and bringing those issues to the councillors and also decision makers and officers within the council and the police to be able to do something about it. And I think if we're able to do that and do that effectively, I think young people will feel more like stakeholders in their community and take care of it.